Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to make an alternative chicken pot pie. So this pot pie does not have chicken in it. It has a replacement that I'm going to show you. Very simple replacement, tasty, and it's also gluten free, and we're going to do it all free. But we're just going to keep going at it, and we're going to make this one of the best alternative chicken pot pies you have ever tasted in your life. It's also very fast, very simple, and very easy. You're going to love it. So chicken pot pies are one of my favorite comfort food dishes, and it is cold outside. It was rainy, but I have to say it stopped raining, so it's a little less dreary outside, but it is winter and it's cold, and I just love this chicken pot pie. I used to love getting the small little mini pies from the freezer section. Marie Callender was probably one of my favorites. I used to love the beef, the chicken. Beef was probably my favorite. Anyways, we're going to start off with a fast, easy, gluten and grain-free crust. It's very simple crust. You don't have to have butter. You don't have to worry about it messing it up. This is a foolproof pie crust, so you can't mess this up. You just can't. So let's go ahead and put in the ingredients for the pie crust. Just mix it all in a bowl. So I'm going to start with the dry ingredients. Tapioca starch, flour, whatever you want to call it. Throw that in there. And then 1 1/4 cup of almond flour. This is going to replace the oil because almonds have all that natural oil in them. So almonds are, they do have fat, a little more fat in them, but it's natural, healthy fats, which is not going to affect you the same way that saturated and trans fats would. So we're going to add a pinch of sea salt in here, and then we're going to add a flax egg. Let me get a spatula. Okay, so just mix all this together. Get out any clumps that you see. Probably a whisk would do better. So yes, I love comfort food in the winter, but it's good to make comfort food that's not super fatty, and you don't go into the summertime having gained a substantial amount of weight from being inside eating comfort food all winter. So this is a really good low-fat dish with healthy fats, okay? Healthy fats. And then we're going to add 1 flax egg, and I'm using golden flax. I got me a new tripod coming, so you guys are going to be able to see more of what I'm doing instead of kind of just getting a little glimpse of the food. So there we go. We've got our flour and the flax egg, and we're just going to mix this all together until we get a nice dough. And I'm probably going to just go in with my hands at some point. I'm going to set this aside for now. Now we're going to roll it out in a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and go over the vegetables. That creamy mixture, that creaminess that makes pot pie what it is, we're going to do 1 cup of unsweetened plant milk. So you can use whatever plant milk of your choice. I'm just using unsweetened almond milk. So 1 cup of that. I'm getting excited already. And then 1 cup of broth. I'm using low sodium vegetable broth. Whatever broth you want to use, it's totally up to you. I like to use low sodium broth because I can control the salt in this dish. So there's 1 cup of that. And this will work every time. Anytime you make a pot pie, this little mixture will work to make it nice and extra creamy. And then I've got a 1/2 cup of brown rice flour. I'm just going to set it aside. We're going to put this in last after we have sauteed and cooked the veggies on the stovetop. I have about a cup of each. I got a little over a cup of potatoes, but you can do 1 to 2 cups, just depending on how many vegetables you want in this. You just might need a deeper pie crust if you do 2 cups of each, but that's totally fine. So I have leeks here, like I said, a cup of each, except for the potatoes. I have about 1.5 cups of potatoes. A cup of leeks. You can use celery, about a 1/2 cup of celery if you want, but I love the flavor of leeks and potatoes together. And then I have a cup of frozen peas, 1.5 cups of chopped Yukon golden potatoes because they're buttery, but any potato you have will do. A 1/2 of chopped onion, 1 cup of carrots, and I have about a 1/2 block of super firm tofu. And this is going to be our chicken. I'm going to show you how to cook it up on the stove to make it into our chicken. It's so simple, easy. You're going to love it. Okay, so now I've got some seasoning salt that I got from Whole Foods. It's a little lower in sodium. Black pepper, dried herbs, it's like an Italian seasoning blend, some nutritional yeast, and you're gonna need some sea salt because we're using low sodium broth here, so you're definitely gonna need some salt, some additional salt. I'm gonna put this on the tofu chicken. This is my very first Dutch oven. So it's a great pot. It is non-stick, it's ceramic, and it's non-toxic. So I'm gonna be using this. I made my chicken pot pie the other day with it. Works amazing, especially if you wanna do this oil-free. So we're gonna go ahead and take everything over to the stove top and cook this up. It's gonna be so great. I'm going to pour in a little bit of veggie stock to my pan. You can use water or veggie stock. And we're going to throw in our onions. We're going to throw in our onions, our leeks, our celery, and our carrots. You can go ahead and add your spices now. I've got, like I said, some dried herbs, so I'm going to add in just a little bit of that. I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm saying it's about, what, a teaspoon or so. And then I've got some black pepper. I love black pepper in this dish. You can add some salt. I like to salt it bit by bit or do it at the end. I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of sea salt. And I want to add in some nutritional yeast. So I'm going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons. I'm going to add about I say about 1 or 2 tablespoons now, and then I'm going to add some more once the potatoes and everything is in there. So I'll add about a tablespoon or so right now. I've used for about 2 to 3 minutes. Add a little bit more liquid if you need to, a little bit more veggie stock or water, because that's what we're using for oil here, and just cook them until the onions and everything is translucent. Okay, now we're going to add the potatoes. Adding just a little bit more veggie broth here, and we're going to let this mixture cook for about 5 minutes, and then we'll add the tofu back in and the peas. My veggies are cooking. I'm just rolling out my dough, and like I said, if you want to make 2 crusts, one for the bottom of the pie pan, one for the top, you just double this recipe. What I like, another thing that I like to do to make this a little lower in fat and just, you know, something that you can eat all the time, super healthy, is that I'll just do 1 crust for the top and I'll leave the bottom with just the vegetables, and it kind of cuts back on your fat a little bit more, just if you're kind of watching out on that thing. I mean, I do it sometimes I don't, so it's just a little tip for you. Alright, so the veggies have cooked about 5 minutes. They have steamed up really nicely. And now we're going to add in the tofu chicken. Add that back in. And our frozen peas. Mix that all together really well. Going to add the additional tablespoon of nutritional yeast in here. Just add as much as you like. And now we're going to add our nice little creamy mixture of broth and milk and brown rice flour. It's just going to thicken it and make it really creamy. Right, so we're going to cook this 2 to 3 minutes until it thickens, okay? Alright guys, it has thickened, the sauce has thickened in the mixture, so we're going to go ahead and pour it in our pie pan and put our crust on top. Okay guys, sorry about the noise in the background. The fan is on, but we are going to, you want to put full on your pie crust for the first 15 minutes. We're cooking this at 425 degrees, about 25 minutes or so. I'm going to cover the pie for the first 15 minutes, especially the edges, and then you take it off and cook it an additional 10, ish minutes or so. And then we will taste this pie for dinner. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait, guys. It's a really simple, easy recipe. Doesn't take too long. Simple, healthy ingredients. And yeah, I will see you guys in 25 or so minutes. So I've already had a slice, but I'm gonna have a slice for you guys. Just for you, okay? I'm gonna do this as neatly as possible. Here we go. Vegetables are nice and tender. Seasonings on point. Crust is got a hint of butterness, buttery flavor, even though there's no butter in this. Definitely satisfying, guys. So, you know what you gotta do, right? You gotta make this. Hit subscribe for more delicious, healthy, alternative recipes. And happy pie eating, guys. I will see you again very soon, hopefully. Let's hope. And thank you for watching. It's really delicious. It really is. Like, this is my second piece, so that should tell you something.